All right, today's episode might be a bit of a doozy, but I said that I wanted to make these earlier in the day, and that time is now, and I'm going to keep doing what I said I was going to do, even though, like, what I have to share now is, like, probably the hardest thing I've had to share yet, so. I got a text from a friend, put very kindly, of course, basically saying that, like, my content was harmful for people in real recovery from, or like, that truly deal with addiction. And I say that with a little bit of, like, emphasis because I might not lean into those words a lot because they feel, like, more disempowering to me, but, like, there's no doubt in my mind that I'm an addict. I don't really like to identify as one because who fucking would? Like, look at the way our society treats them. Did anyone see the headlines about fucking Jeremy Allen White? Like, anyways, or the Daily Mail headline specifically, to call them out, because fuck. And, like, yeah, I don't know, I've sat in a lot of rooms where it's, like, kind of miserable to be there, and you have to take on this belief that you're never going to be fully recovered, and you're never really going to be free, which, like, is true on the one hand, but, like, I also don't necessarily want to be reminded every day that, like, I'm an alcoholic or whatever, you know what I mean? It worked for me at a time. It doesn't work for me now. Sometimes I still, like, show up in AA spaces or spaces like that when I need to because it's better than nothing. I'm getting off track. But, like, first I want to say, if for whatever reason any of my content doesn't serve you, like, genuinely, I want you to unfollow and unsubscribe or mute or whatever, because that's, like, never been my intention. Like, there's so much garbage and hate and hurt on the internet, and I would fucking know. That's just never, like, what I want for you. And so, and I unfollow people who, like, sometimes people, like, literally are too positive for me, or, like, they're, like, posting about their beautiful relationship and I get jealous and, like, I have to unfollow them because you have to take care of yourself on the internet. Like, there's so much out there, and, like, not everyone is gonna be for everyone, and that's okay. And so, yeah, first and foremost, like, if what I post and say about my recovery or any of my content isn't helpful for your recovery or for your personal growth or anything, like, please unfollow. Like, happily unfollow or mute or whatever you need to do. Like, I don't want to be, like, I don't want to be a part of that. And I have to do, like, I also have to do what's authentic to me and, like, what feels true to me and what I'm called to do, which is live my life out loud, which is what I've, like, said before, but, like, even before sobriety, like, that was my intention, was, like, I feel like it helps me and sometimes it helps others to live my life out loud. And that's going to be for a certain, select audience, and it might not be you, and that's fine. And so, yeah, so, like, what was I gonna say? So, and then the other thing I wanted to say is, like, the only way for me to do sobriety is to be fucking obsessive about it 24/7. And so if that's why I talk about it all the time. And, like, maybe, and that might have rubbed some people the wrong way. And if so, like, I apologize for that, but I also, like, it's the only way for me to do it. Like, I have to make it my whole life. And I'm also ADHD, and that's just what I do. I get obsessed with things, like, and I kind of have to like dive all in and like drink the fucking Kool-Aid a little bit, because like I don't know, it's just how my brain works, and I've accepted that, and like so yeah, like I get that I probably sound like a hypocrite to my friends who like I was drinking and using with for the last year, because like, and then now I'm all on the sobriety train, and probably a lot of times like have a inflated ego about it, because like I don't know, that's just like how I get a little bit, especially in the beginning. Like I feel like I probably get on my high horse about it. Like I'll be honest, I'm not fucking perfect, and like it's definitely something I've like become more aware of, and like am actively working to like, I don't know, continue to not do. I'm losing my trains of thoughts again. In some ways it's like, I think, I don't remember where I was going with that, but so I wanted to talk a little bit about, okay, a few things that came up also because of this. So like, first of all, dry January. I recognize that like dry January is not accessible for everyone. Like withdrawals are deadly, and like if you're experiencing symptoms of withdrawals, please go get the help that you need, because you can't do it alone. I personally didn't drink at that level. I was more of a weed user. So I've experienced some cannabis withdrawals, like I can't fucking sleep and my restless legs and all that bullshit that we've talked about a lot, but like, and some people will say that's not even withdrawals because you can't get addicted to cannabis and like all this other bullshit, but for me, alcohol was kind of the side piece. So like, but before in the past it was the main event. So like it's shifted for me over the years, and this is my third time coming into recovery or sobriety or whatever the fuck you want to call it. And my approach has changed a lot over the years. Like the first time I was like, I think I have a problem. The second time I knew I had a problem. And this time it's more from a place of wanting to be free, because I was literally enslaved to weed and like had a day one every fucking day for like 6 months. And I don't by any means like look down on anyone, especially if you're having a series of day ones. Like you're the fucking bravest person there is, because you're starting over every fucking day and then like breaking that promise to yourself, and it fucking sucks. Getting fired up, sorry. And so, yeah, so like it's like this thing, and this is what kept me out of recovery for a long time, was like I have a high bottom. I don't have a DUI. I haven't almost died because of my use. Like you could say that like I don't know what you could say. I'm on a different part of the spectrum of addiction and abuse of substances. But like dismissing the spectrum is not helpful to anyone, because there's a ton of people with high bottoms whose lives are still saved by putting it down. Like, it might not have killed me tomorrow, but it might have killed me in 10 years. I still drove drunk all the time with my girlfriend in the car, which I feel horrible about and felt horrible about as I was doing it. And like I shouldn't even really have to like justify like how addicted I am. I just felt like I wanted to also like, I guess, set the record straight. Like this isn't easy for me. If for some reason I'm making it look easy, it's not fucking easy. And I want to celebrate when it feels good. Like, and I want to acknowledge when like, because like the highs feel fucking great now. When you're like, yes, I'm fucking crushing it today. Or I just looked at the sky and I felt good for a second. Like, I want to like share those things, because that feels more important for me to share, or like not really any more or less important. I just feel like this is kind of the venue where I do the nitty-gritty process stuff, and then like my other platforms are just kind of whatever. Like I don't really try to do anything a certain way anywhere. I'm just like, to be honest, I don't have a strategy at all. I'm just trying to be more myself on all my platforms. And sometimes I'm silly, and maybe I shouldn't have been silly about my self-development the other day, or whatever it was. One of the posts that's triggered multiple people was someone had put up like a sign of encouragement in their window shop store saying, if you're doing the sober thing, keep going, I see you. Or if you feel like no one notices, I'm noticing and I got you, kind of thing. And I reposted that and like triggered people because God forbid like we encourage each other. Like I don't understand. Yeah, I know, like obviously it's not about likes and posts. I decided long before I got sober that I was gonna share my voice on the internet and do my YouTube thing. And this was a way for me to do what I needed to do for myself and also box it and package it up for YouTube in a way that made sense for me. And as a content creator, we literally have to like harvest our lives for content. And there's a balance to strike there, and I haven't found it. I fucking just got started. Like, I don't know what it is, what the answer is. Like, and so anyways, back to my thoughts about Dry January. Like, is it a social media holiday basically invented to make sobriety people who can put it down for 30 days feel good about themselves? Yeah, probably. And like, is that good or bad for society? Like, I don't really know, but like what I do know is that the more popular Dry January has become, the more people I see testing and trying out sobriety, which is great. Aside from, obviously, if you're going to experience intense withdrawals and you need to go, like, that's a different thing, I feel like. I mean, like, it's the same thing, but a different thing. So, like, I don't know. I feel like people questioning their relationship to alcohol is a good thing. Any substance, good thing. Like, I feel like we should be questioning it. And if there's a social media trend that makes people do that, cool. Same thing about No Shame November. Like, if you want to question having a beard, like, fucking do it. I don't know. I think I was trying to be funny. I don't know why. But, so, like, sure, I'm capitalizing on the Dry January thing, but I also got sober, like, 5 days before, and it kind of just coincidentally lined up with Dry January, and I was like, I can make this a thing. Like, this can be a content thing, and it's helped me to, like, be accountable to this every day. Like, it's one of the things I wrote down, like, for another piece of content that I want to make about the things that help me stay sober, which is everything from sour strips to hot baths to doing this. Like, I don't know why this works for me. I couldn't fucking tell you. But, like, for other people, it's writing, or for other people, it's keeping it a secret. Like, whatever works for you should be fine and okay. Like, you've got to do you. And that's, at the end of the day, that's what my fucking channel and all my content, what I want it to be about, is like, you need to do you. And like, I am so here for whatever that is. Like, I want you to be more of you. That's what I'm trying to be, is more of me. Because I fully believe that when we're more of ourselves, we're a gift to the fucking earth, to the planet, to life, like whatever. Like, I really feel like all the things, I don't know, I'm not going to get into that, but like, I don't know, it's the only way that I feel good living in my skin is to be like this. So if that doesn't work for you, like, that's totally fine. It's totally fine. But like, I'm going to be here, doing this, because I guess I have to. I don't know. It was planted in me to do this and be this way. And I also wanted to say, like, I have a friend who broke his sobriety yesterday, and because that's what felt right for him, he had 9 months, and he was like, I think I want to go back. And like, I celebrated that with him, and I was able to be like, you do you, dude. Like, I don't know his story. I don't know if he's an addict. That's not for me to even know or decide. Like, that's his journey, and I'm just here to support him as a friend. Like, I'll be a safe space if you're sober. I'll be a safe space if you're not. I don't really care. Like, I'm not saying everyone should be sober. I don't think that. Maybe I think that a little bit. I just think, like, that, I don't know. I do think substance, like, I guess I don't really see, like, the good from substances, but maybe that's just because of my own experience. Like, maybe I can't, like, it's just jaded for me now, you know? Like, maybe I'm just never going to be able to see it the same. I just really only see the negatives, and that's just my perspective, and I'm allowed to have that, so I don't know. I'm fucking scared to post this, though. Like, this is terrifying. I'm fucking terrified. Like, I might be wrong, too. I'm also, like, I don't think that I'm right about everything, but I don't know. Like, I do have my opinions, and I want to, like, respect those, because I feel like for most of my life I haven't. And other people recovering out loud saves my life. Like, Laura writing her book, like, is what got me sober this time. Like, Richard Rohr. There's all kinds of, like, amazing artists and writers and creatives who make stuff about recovery, and I think it's important because, like, seeing how good it can be is important. Because, like, why else would anyone do it? Like, it's so, like, because it is so hard and it is so prevalent. Like, so... And, like, I have a friend that posts a photo every time she goes to the gym because that's her accountability. And, like, she needs to, like, for whatever reason, posting that to Instagram helps her show up every day and be proud of herself and celebrate herself. And I think that's fucking great. So, I don't know. Like, I don't, and I've done the, like, recovery in silence and in shame and feeling like I'm not supposed to share and talk about it, and it's just not going to work for me this time, so I have to do what's going to work for me. I think that's it. I know this was a long one, so I'll wrap it up, but I wanted to just, like, set the record straight about everything, my story, where I stand on all this recovery stuff, and, like, my goal with anything, especially, like, with recovery and sobriety, is just to help and take care of people. So, like, if this doesn't help or nurture you in any way, like, please take care of yourself, do what you need to do. I will not be mad about it. Okay. I love y'all. Thanks for watching. I'll see you tomorrow.